So welcome to class. I'm going to record this initial 15 minutes just so I keep that separate from what we're going through in class today. But this is a way I want you to see how to navigate into D2L and all the expectations of the class, okay? If you have any questions as I'm talking, please just speak up or raise your hand, or don't let any of your questions go unanswered. So I have no problem with you stopping me and saying, hey, but what about this? Got it? So the first thing I want to show you is when you get into D2L, you're going to, go into, does everyone know how to access D2L? You have your star ID and a password. So once you get into D2L, you're going to see this class over here on the right-hand side. You're going to click on it. Now, what you see is going to be just a little different from what I'm seeing because I've got the instructor format and you've got the student format. But what is similar is the first thing you will always see are your announcements. Make sure you look at those announcements. I send you at least one announcement a week, sometimes two. I try to email you also. A lot of you don't see your emails. So it's really helpful that you look at these announcements when you get into class. When you go to materials and you click on the content section here, this is where you will see all the assignments. Now, apart from week one, everything else for you is hidden, just because I don't want to overwhelm you with so much stuff and then you look ahead. But week one is showing up for you. And if you click on the week one, you'll see you've got a PowerPoint. You'll see, not a lecture yet, I guess because of this class, but I'll post the lecture after today. You'll see these links. All of your assignments will be done through McGraw-Hill, a learning platform. So you should be able to click on the textbook and read chapter 1. You'll be able to click on this chapter 1 review and complete that by Monday night. Normally they're due on Thursday, but by Monday night this week. Here's the link to the homework, and here's the link to the quiz. Everything will be able to be completed through D2L, okay? So I want you to be aware of that's the primary focus of what you want to look at. Another piece that's helpful is in communications, there's discussions. I will have a group discussion. So for example, we work on chapter 1 today, and you leave and it's like, I just totally spaced what I'm supposed to do, which is very common. You get on here and you say, hey guys, can someone refresh me how we work this first assignment? Work together, and I will get in here daily. Our tutor, Stuart Rowe, will also get in here and respond. I like to use the discussions as a way you can communicate. If there are some of you who want to create a small study group with, say, 2 or 3 or 4 people, you can email me and I'll create your own discussion board if you so choose, or a way in D2L you can connect together. Okay? Any questions on that so far? Your grades will all come back into the assessment grade book. So once you complete something, it will automatically show back in here. Okay? Hi. There's some seats down here. And don't let me forget to ask your name so I make sure I have it. Okay? So here are all the assessments along the way. Just know that that's a great way for you to see your grade. Any questions about navigating in D2L? Remember, materials is where most of your information is going to be. Communication allows you to do discussions. I'll also put a link in this materials. So I will create a discussion. You'll be able to link to the discussion right from here. Okay, that way you can just go right to the discussion down here. Okay, communication, you can also get to discussions, and assessments are where you will see your grades. Okay, now the syllabus, which I always tell people is the most important document. If you click on this welcome to class, here you will see the syllabus. Okay, this, guys, is really the meat and potatoes of what to expect in this class. You see, it's a 4-credit class. We'll meet every Wednesday, except there will be certain dates, and I'm going to show you. We meet here from 8 to 9:50. I will have office hours from 7:30 to 8, but guys, it's going to be in here. Okay. And then I have office hours afterwards from noon to 1, but it'll probably be in here also. On Sundays, I will be on Zoom between 6 and 8 every week. You click on this and you can get into the Zoom link. The most important thing is you can email me and say, hey, Nancy, can we talk on the phone on this day? Or can we do a Zoom on this time? I'm in the school on Wednesdays, but that's it. So I probably won't come up here because I live in Red Wing. It's an 1.5-hour drive. That's not your fault. I'm just saying Zoom is great. Okay. Email is the best way to reach me. If on Monday night you're trying to take the quiz and you can't get in the quiz and you text me, please don't text me at 11. People do that too. And you text me and say, Nancy, I'm having a hard time getting in the quiz. That's okay to text me something like that. But please don't text me. Just, you get what I'm saying. Just be respectful of that. I'd prefer you to email me with questions. I'll respond. I just heard my email went off a minute ago, so I'll go and check it. So I'm always checking it. But save those texts for last minute crisis. Okay. You'll have my email because I'll send all of you a text today. We'll all be in the same group. So you'll know the one who's sending it is my email. Actually, I'll give it to you right now. Not my email, my cell phone number. My cell phone number is 651-707-3889. I'm Nancy. Please call me Nancy. None of this Professor Shoemaker or any of that. I'm Nancy. That's how I would like to be called. How about that? Okay. I want to keep us all on a level playing field as much as I'm able. Okay. 651-707-3889. Now, when you text me, please say I'm so-and-so from 2125. I only give my seated classes my cell phone number. Okay. Because what if if we get snow in November and we need to do it on Zoom? I want to be able to text you guys at the 10 o'clock the night before and say, guys, I think we're going to be doing Zoom. Does that make sense? Okay. No one else gets my number, so please don't hand it out. Okay. So, as far as office hours, you don't have to adhere to these. Just email me and say, I need to connect with you. Can we set up a time? All right. Email is the best way to communicate with me. You do have my cell phone number. I just gave it out and you missed it. 651-707-3889. And I would like to be called Nancy. You can call me whatever you want, bitch, professor, but Nancy's what I like. Okay. So this goes on to describe about the course. D2L, I just went through with you. Here's the book. This is what I want you to focus on. How are you going to be assessed in this class? I cannot lie. It's a tough class. I try to make it as easy as I can for you. I really do. But it's a whole new language. Okay. And so it builds on each other from chapter to chapter. So just plan, you're going to be putting some work in here. I have 12 reviews. You can drop the lowest 10, 2. Or let's say you just are having too much fun one night and you just aren't going to get to your reviews. That's the one you're going to drop. I never accept late assignments. Never. The only time I did this summer have a death in a family and they were going to Egypt. Of course, I have a heart. Of course, I actually extended the class for those two, brother and sister. If you're active military, is anyone active military in here? Okay. I will do anything for active military, but just normal people, I just don't do it. Okay. I allow 2 drops for reviews, 2 drops for quizzes, 2 drops for homework. So I feel like I'm kind of giving you a way out to where you don't need to. I just would prefer not extending anything because this is a real hard class to catch up with. You will have a midterm exam in week 7. So we will cover 6 chapters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And in week 7, there will be a midterm. That midterm is all online. Every quiz is online. Everything's online. So we won't have class in week 7 because all you're going to focus on that week is the midterm. Okay. The final exam, if you have a 90% going into the final, you are not required to take the final. Okay. So after chapter 12, if you have a 90%, or if you're in class and you're sitting at an 88, but you've come up into class every week, I'll probably email you and say you're fine. This is a hard class. 2 points, 3 points, I'm very sensitive towards because there's a lot of work in this class. Okay. I do not accept late assignments. I do not give extensions, period. Apart for active military, a death. Of course, I've got a heart. Okay. But don't ask me. Please don't email me and because I'm just not going to allow it. No, all chapter reviews will be due Thursday evening, except this week, they're due Monday evening. Just because it's a new class, we're getting started a new semester, they're due Monday evening. But after this, I give you till Thursday evening. So we'll have class on Wednesday. By Thursday evening, they need to be submitted. I expect all students to attend class each Wednesday from 8 to 9:50. I will have a Zoom component, not a Zoom component. I guess I will have a Zoom component, but I will record this so you always have what's been covered in class. I will be honest and tell you, if you're in class, you're going to get answers to homework. If you're in class, I go over homework problems. You know, I go over quiz questions. I will cut off the video before I go over that. So those of you who are in class benefit. Okay. I only think that's fair. Homework, each week you will have a homework assignment. You have unlimited attempts to complete it, unlimited time to complete it. You can work with one another. That's why I have that discussion. So you can say, guys, I'm stuck on how to do this problem. Can someone help me? I mean, I'm just not going to give you the answer, but you know, we're going to work through it together. Late assignments are never accepted. Quizzes. This is one thing I do not want you to work with others on. The quiz is something I want you to do on your own. The quiz will be done through McGraw-Hill Connect, and it will request that you have a camera on your computer. If you do not have a camera, you can borrow one of these from the school, or you can come into the school's lab and take the quiz. That's a requirement because we just, you know, we want to be able to make things easier. You don't want to sit in here and take quizzes. You want to be in the comfort of your home with a glass of wine or whatever. Okay. But we just want to make sure it's fair. So we record you. There's no voice. And the honest truth, guys, I never look. The only time I will look is if I'm concerned. Okay. So I don't want you thinking I'm sitting there looking because I think I've done it once in 5 years. It's just to keep us all honest. Okay. Quizzes, you have 90 minutes to complete the quiz. You have 2 attempts. So if you don't like your score, you could do it again. But again, they're completed through McGraw-Hill. They're due Monday night. Don't wait till the last minute. Easy to say that because I'm a procrastinator too, but that's when that's when McGraw-Hill's going to be down. That's when your internet's going to screw up. Blah, blah, blah. Get it? Midterm and final, there will be 33 questions, all multiple choice on the midterm and the final. You have 3 hours to complete it, but once you start, you have to finish. So like when you sit down for a midterm or the final, you have to start it within that 3 hours and finish it in 3 hours. You only get 1 attempt at it. I will provide you with a study guide for both the midterm and the final. Here's the bummer. I don't give you the answers because many of those exact same questions are on the midterm and the final. Or it's the exact same question, just different numbers. So if you know that midterm well, you're going to do great on the final. If you know the study guide well, you're going to do great on it. Okay. No late assignments. Have I expressed that? There is no extra credit in this class, but I am saying, however, I do note that if those students who participate regularly, either in class or on the discussion boards, I pay attention to. So how are we going to run this class? You're going to read the chapter, hopefully before class. You're going to complete the review on Thursday. I have these backwards. We're going to be in class from 8 on Wednesdays. You're going to do the homework, do Monday evening. You're going to do the quiz by Monday evening. Okay. Midterm and final again. Pretty straightforward. Students with special needs, I will do anything in my power to help you. You will, if you go to the specific office, I will receive any accommodations for you. I'm here for you guys. Do your own work. Guys, work together on homework. Work together. But quizzes and midterm and final, do your own work on that. This is important. Non-attendance. If by Monday night you don't complete either the quiz or the homework, you will be dropped. You have to complete one or the other. Okay. Over a 2-week period, if you don't complete either a quiz or a homework with a passing grade, I'll drop you. I know it sounds harsh, but guys, you're not gonna pass. Okay, because this class is tough. The first 3 chapters are the toughest. After chapter 3, easy sailing, or people laugh at me and say, don't say easy sailing. But these first 3 chapters, just stay with me. Okay. Observance of religious holidays. If by any chance this class interferes with any observances you want to adhere to, let me know. I'm here to accommodate anyone regarding religious holidays. Min-State account, when I email you, it's going to be through your Min-State account because that's all I have. You guys can forward those to your Gmail accounts, but know that I will email you through your Min-State. If you email me through a Gmail, I'm going to respond to your Gmail, of course, but any emails I send out to the class will all come from your Min-State account. Veterans, any veterans, we're here to help you. Okay, guys, this was really important to me. In this day and age, it's just, let me just read this. It's the intent of the college that students from all diverse backgrounds and perspectives be well served. The students' learning needs be addressed both in and out of class, and that the diversity that the student brings to this class be viewed as a resource, strength, and benefit. I will present materials and activities that are all respectful in terms of diversity, gender identity, sexuality, disability, age, socioeconomic status, ethnicity, race, nationality, religion, and culture. What does that mean? The cultures, the tone in this class is going to come from me. We are all on an equal platform here. I will respect every one of you, even if we might have such different views. I don't care. Okay? That's what it's all about. Guys, we're in America. We're supposed to have freedom. So you will get pure respect from me, and I expect you to give it all to others in here. What you think outside the classroom, I mean, we all have our views, but we need to be respectful of each other, and that's how I want this class to run. So no, the one thing I've never had on the reviews, I've always been told over 15 years, I treat everyone respectfully. Sometimes they'll say that I'm rude to them in their email or something, but you will not get, because you're a certain whatever, I'm going to treat you different at all. Okay? That's really important to me. Tutoring. We have a guy who's specifically for business and accounting named Stuart Rowe. He's good, guys. He's on this campus Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. He's on Zoom Thursday and Friday. Use him. We have him, and honestly, he's pretty much about 90% accounting, because accounting can be challenging. So use them. Here is what will be covered each week. Note, we will have class the first 6 weeks here. Do you see in week 7, the midterm? I'm going to have the midterm open anytime between Thursday and Monday, so you can take it whenever. If you want it open before then, let me know. But we will not have class, and I will not be in class that week. I have 5 grandkids down in Georgia. I will be going down to Georgia to see my grandkids. So I can text any of you or message talk on Zoom. We will not have class on week 7. We also are planning on having class on Thanksgiving week. That Wednesday before Thanksgiving, we will have class. But guys, we are actually going to be done with class by that Wednesday, or our class. That next week is just going to be a catch-up breathe time. The next week, you guys are going to be studying for the final. You can study together. You can come up with the answers together. And then those of you that have a B or below in this class, you will be taking the final. Any questions on the syllabus and how it works? Any thoughts? Yes. Stuart Rowe, he will put an announcement. I will make sure he puts an announcement and on in D2L today, and then I will email you all his announcement. Okay. He's in the business department. Excuse me, I gotta sneeze. I don't excuse me. I don't know where he tutors in the tutoring, but he does have an office back here in business, nursing business. I'm embarrassed to say, I think he does tutor in the tutoring department, and he also does it on Zoom. So a lot of times he works on Zoom. Guys, he's really knowledgeable. He's good. He won't just give you the answers. He's going to work with you to help you understand the answers. Okay? Yes.
Are you allowed to work ahead? Like if I were to go on a vacation, can I get 2 chapters done in 1 week?
If you do that, text me and I'll open them up for you. Okay. What happens is, this is the first time I've just hidden all the modules, because what happens is people get overwhelmed, and then I might not have everything perfect each week, and then they inform me of what I'm missing. And so I'm kind of honestly hiding them, just because that way when I open them, everything's perfect. Because there's a lot in getting this class going. And so anyway, that way you stay focused on what we're working on. But yes, if you have that need, guys, I help you here. I'm here to help you. This isn't like, hey, everything's etched in stone. I'm here to work with you, help you. Don't ask me for late assignments. don't ask me to extend things or, just don't ask about that. But I'm here to help. Someone's having a baby. Hello, I've had 3. Am I going to make you turn in your assignment on Monday? No, but I'm not telling you all the what ifs right now. Just I'm saying, please don't ask me to extend things because I don't like to do it. That's why I give you the 2 extra drops. Okay. One other question or one other comment. At the beginning of the semester, you will take a homework and you'll go back at the grade book and it's going to say it's been dropped. And you're going to email me and go, this is dropped. What happened? Guys, since you get 2 drops in reviews, 2 drops in homeworks, 2 drops in quizzes, the computer's going to automatically drop the 2 lowest grades. And if those are the only 2 grades you have, they're going to drop it. Does that make sense? So don't panic about how it does that. But then when you finally get to chapter 5 and you've got 5 quizzes, it's going to show 2 are dropped. But by the time we get to chapter 12, it's going to take the 2 lowest. Does that make sense? So you have the ability to drop 2 reviews, 2 homeworks, 2 quizzes. Yes.
I have questions on the quizzes.
Good question. What I am doing for you each week, this is another thing I'm doing, is I will tell you. So for example, week 1, if you go to materials content, it is going to show you this quiz consists of 10 fill in the blank problems and 10 multiple choice. Each problem is worth 7 points and the multiple choice is worth 3 points. You have 2 attempts at the quiz and 90 minutes per quiz. Okay. Every week I tell you, every quiz has at least 10 multiple choice and anywhere from 9 to 11, fill in the blanks, whatever. I'm going to even show you the quiz. So that way you know what to expect. I'm going to do everything in my power to just make it easy for you. Easy. I didn't mean to say easy. Where there's no questions, okay? That your expectations, you totally understand what's, so you don't open that quiz and wonder, you'll kind of get a good feel today what it looks like. I do have, so like in this quiz, you might have 20 questions and there may be 100 multiple or 100 to choose from. So you do receive a bank. And then a lot of them, they might be the same question, but numbers are different. Any other questions, guys? Yes.
The quiz is open now.
Oh, absolutely. Open book for quizzes and homework and exams. Here's my thinking. I'm a CPA. I don't have to memorize what the tax rates are and when the income levels change, but I need to know where to go. Okay. So I don't want you to waste your energy trying to memorize things. I want you to learn how to do things. But guys, thank God we have textbooks. Okay. So all open notes. Don't worry if you're taking a quiz, you're thumbing through notes, books, homework. It's okay. Okay. One other thing. When you complete a quiz, you will get the score immediately, but you won't get the right and wrong answers until after Monday night, once the quiz is over for everyone. You can go back in and look at all the detail. Okay. If you want to access those quizzes again, I just recommend you maybe copy them, screenshot them, because sometimes people say, I can't get back to my quiz or homework. Save your homework. If you're working on it, save it. You know how you can just take screenshots of things. Yes.
Does it show you which ones you got wrong, even though it doesn't show you what the correct answer is?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So, and sometimes people will say, I don't know, I want to take it again, but I don't know what happened, I'm just allowing 2 attempts. So that way you have a chance to make it better. Any other questions? I'm going to stop the video now and I'm going to post this on the website on D2L. So that way, if you have questions, you can go back and listen to this again. Okay. And then we'll stop. And